Hi, this is Dr. Kim Wheeler. I'm about to explain FCST, the course in a nutshell. You should already have received your syllabus and course calendar, so we're going to assume that you know what the course is about and we're going to start from there. The first day of the semester always starts with an introduction, explain the syllabus, and going over the course calendar. That's easy enough. The second day explains D2L, how to get into student email, and the course challenges, all the projects that are due, the challenges each week. So on the first day of class, you're going to do introduction, syllabus, course calendar. The second day, when you explain to students how to get into D2L, first you need to make sure that they have their username and password. If they do not have it, they can go to SCORE on the Highlands home website. Then they can go to GHC ID lookup, put in the social security number and last name, and they can either copy. When you click on submit, it's going to pull up every password and username for D2L right down to their student email. The same way with an instructor. If you ever forget yours, you can do the same. But this will show on a screen all of their passwords, and you can either right click on your computer and print it, or they can write it down. If you have a load of students waiting to get their username and passwords, you may just want to print them for each student. Always make sure you exit out of it though before you start on the next student, or you'll just keep printing the same one. I learned that the hard way. And once they have those usernames, the username and password, then you want to make sure that they can get into their student email. And they'll click on student email from the Highlands webpage, enter that in, have them sign in, make sure that they can get into their email. That's very important because they need to be checking it every day, and you need to remind them to check it. D2L, Desire to Learn, is our learning management system, and that's where you're going to find your course. The students will find their course there, and it's very important that they have access. So once you have printed out their username and password, if they don't have it, you print it out. They will click on Desire to Learn. You can have them all go to the computer, pull it up, put in their username and password. And I'm going to go ahead and put mine in. This is what the main page of Desire to Learn looks like. It has a tutorial over D2L, calendar of events for D2L, payment deadline, and I think you can scroll on down and it has the Galileo password, which is very important also. It tells you what the Galileo password is. Every student at Georgia Highlands, all their courses will show up over here to the right. As an instructor, if you never see yours up here, you can go to select a course, and it may be here. Once you click on it, it'll move over to here. So if you don't see it, go up to select a course. Anyway, I'm going to put in my fall course, FCST course for this semester. And this is what my home page looks like. If you want to add an announcement, you go to News. It's very slow. And then you'll see New Item. You can add a new item here. Put the title of it and then type the announcement here, and then click on Publish, and that will put it back on the very front page. With D2L, all of this stuff over to the right has to do with the online FCST. So you need to let your students know, and you need to know as well, that all the assignments for this course are located in the Dropbox and nowhere else. That's the only place that they're located. When I upload everything into your course, and I think I sent a screencast to everyone explaining how to add me as an instructor. Once you've added me to an instructor, I will copy my course into your course so you won't have to do a thing. When you click on Dropbox, again, it's so slow and I apologize. Everything is listed. This is everything. All these challenges are worth 40 points. The capstone presentation is worth 80. The letter to the new student is worth 20. And the professor's choice is worth 240. And their participation is worth 180 if you look at the syllabus. So let's look at the challenges. And I'm going to, just bear with me for 1 second, I'm going to go back and change my role and switch my role down as a student. And you may want to do this when if you ever show these challenges on the overhead in front of the class, change your role to student so that it doesn't show all the restrictions and the date and everything. It'll let the students see what you'll get to see what the students are actually looking at. So when they click on Dropbox, that second day in class, you make sure everybody can get in D2L. You make sure they can get in their student email. You make sure that they know how to print, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But you also let them know that this is where they'll live, right here in the Dropbox. The second week is when you start to lecture. The very first, if you have a Monday, Wednesday class or a Tuesday, Thursday, on Monday and Tuesday, you're going to lecture over Chapter 1, the first hour of the class. The last 15 minutes, you have students log into the computer and complete Challenge 1. There are 12 challenges and there are 12 chapters. So it goes pretty steady the entire semester. You lecture over Chapter 1, they complete Challenge 1. You lecture over Challenge 2, they complete Challenge 2. It goes like that all the way through Challenge 12. So always save 15 minutes at the end of class for them to complete the challenge. I will say that there are 2 or 3 challenges in there that it says keep track of the money you spend for a week. So look at your challenges before you come to class. And you might be able to lecture the whole entire hour and 15 minutes, and they'll have to wait and submit that challenge the next week. Because if you notice, some of them say that you have to, keep track of money, keep track of time for a week. So look at your challenges before you get to class. But for instance, Challenge 1, the student will click on Challenge 1, that last 15 minutes. You can put this on the overhead for everybody to see, but all students need to pull this up in class with you. If they're absent, they should know that it's their responsibility to complete it. They have the course calendar. I have them to highlight this part. This is the question aspect of this challenge. Hit Control-C, pull up a Word document, cut and paste this into the Word document, and when you save something on the computers at school, it automatically saves it into a Z drive so that they could go from the classroom to the library and pull up their Z drive and it'll be in there. So they cut and paste this part to a Word document. They can save it as Challenge 1. When they get ready to upload it, they click on Add a File. Okay. Add a file, they click on Upload. And let's just pretend this is Challenge 1. This says Challenge 1, click on Open. You see it uploaded. Click Add. You'll see it right here. And the student will click on Submit, and it will submit the screencast. I'm going to click Cancel because I don't want this to show up in my class. That's how they will complete every single solitary challenge in class. The other assignments under the Dropbox, hold on 1 sec. I'm sorry this is so slow. The other assignments in the Dropbox, the capstone presentation is actually a PowerPoint that they will show the last 2 weeks of class. I'll show you where the directions are in just a moment. Though, if you look at the course calendar, they complete the letter to the new student in class and they'll submit it to the Dropbox. And the professor's choice, I'll let you know about that later on in the semester, and I will send a screencast regarding the professor's choice, so don't worry about it right now. For the capstone project, they can find the directions under content. You need to go over these directions with them. You can scroll down to capstone presentations. And I should be seeing capstone presentation directions. Oh, if it was a snake, it would have bit me. These are directions for the capstone presentation. I'll also send out, this is due toward the end of the semester, like the last 2 weeks. I'll send out another screencast that has to do with the capstone presentation. But that is the course in a nutshell right now. When you get ready to grade these, the beauty of this is it rolls along where you do the lecture the first hour and then they complete the challenge in class the last 15 minutes. So you don't have a lot of non-compliant students. They complete it in there with you, and it saves them from having to do it at home, and it saves you from having to wait for them to do it. So it's really convenient. I switched my role back over to instructor because I wanted to show you how to grade these. When you go to the Dropbox, and let's say all the students have completed challenge 1, it'll show you, if you have 25 students, it should say 25 files because that's how many have actually uploaded. If there are only 22, you know 3 students haven't submitted. And I'm gonna, if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna go back to an old class so you can see what it looks like. I'm gonna go back to one of my spring courses so that y'all can see what it looks like for to grade it, to actually grade it. Let's go to spring of this year. And I'm going to go to the Dropbox. I'm going to click on challenge 1. And all the students' names will be listed below. This right here, this will not be orange. This will be orange over here as if I haven't opened it. You click on the student's name. You scroll down. Well, it didn't pull it up. I apologize. Okay, here we go. And I'll send out a screencast about grading also, but I just kind of want to show you what it looks like. You'll grade it. The grading, this is very important, the grading for FCST is strictly student opinion, and if they have completed, they've answered all the questions, you give them 40 points. You cannot count off for an opinion. So if they have completed it properly, you give them all 40 points. You read it, you don't let opinions get in the way, and you give them the 40 points. Because you have so many students in FCST, I usually just put good job and I address their responses as a whole in class. You give them the 40 points, and down here you'll put publish. It'll take you to the next student. So that's how we grade. Back to my home again, and I've got about 1 more minute. But I will talk about grading later. I just mainly want you to get the idea of what FCST is about and how you need to start the semester off. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll send out a screencast about the outstanding assignments like capstone presentation and the professor's choice, and I'll send one out about grading later. So please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks a lot.